Hi, ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Marcus here again. Yes, I am coming to you quite frequently, and I'm doing it because it is time for change. And not many people are aware of it, at least to the extent that they're talking about it. I got something I want to share with you. I took a few notes that might reference it. We're talking about Israel. I heard Israel and Netanyahu talking about wiping out Gaza. Now, a question should be in everybody's mind. Can Israel offer the Palestinians and those that they would like to conquer, each of them a job, a career? Could they offer them housing, food? Could they offer them the things that they desire? And if they can't, then why are they trying to control them? Same thing about Russia. Can Russia offer the Ukrainians the desires of their heart? Can't even offer it to the Russians. So if you can't, then why are you trying to conquer Ukraine? And America, you white supremacy, the racists and the bigots and all the stuff that you've done since you have established yourself over a couple of 100 years. Can you offer the same kind of happiness and joy and privilege to the other people, the people of color and others, other whites that you have neglected? Can you offer them the same benefits that you offer those who you consider the one percenters? Can you do that? And if you can't do that, then why are you out here trying to talk like you got something going on? None of you got anything going on. That's the truth of the matter. And ladies and gentlemen, I realize that you must know that there's a way of life that supposedly makes it wonderful for everybody. Now, that's just a fact. We all believe that. We don't actually know that. Some of us know it, but it doesn't exist anywhere. And the question should be, since each of us know this, and to some degree each of us want this, but it doesn't happen because, well, the systems that we live under usually reflect who we are as people. And that being the case, some of us are always different. Some of us are always outside of the rule. But the manifestation of the primary emphasis is what we see before us, what we do, what we use to represent who we really are. Now, every last one of us realize that the earth and its existence here on this, wherever it is, had nothing to do with us putting our hands to the plow, making dirt, making air, making atmosphere. No, we had nothing to do with that as far as we know. But it exists and exists by a power that is not us, which tells us since we can't even do this, we can't even come close to measuring up that kind of power. And we exist by that power. And that power, knowing that we would need resources to do the things that that power has designed us to do here, made sure that those resources came with the earth free as the grass that grows, as free as the weeds, as free as the rain, as free as the rivers that flow, as free as the air that we breathe. And yet it's all here for us free. And as we imagine, we create stuff. Resources are here, not our own imagination. No, no, our imagination is not anymore our own as our finger. Yes, it's on our body, but we know, no, we didn't bring it here on our own, and we can't keep it here on our own. There's a time for it. Truth of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, there's a way that produces peace and prosperity. There is a way, and it's the same way as designed by that other power, that power that is invisible. And the only thing that we have is the evidence of it. And that which is wonderful represents that power. That is what I want to tell you. Many of you got all kinds of religion. I'm not knocking your religion. I know it's something that you were taught. It's just like your language. You speak your language because that's what you were taught. You push your religion because that's what you were taught. But I'm telling you, you are taught and do the things that you do because you were taught not by God, not by the power of the universe, not by the power that's created the earth, but you were taught by power of people who try to translate that into what you do, what they have and advocate for you to do. And they got their own reasons, they got their own motivations for doing that. But one thing you can be assured of is this: every human being that walks upon this earth that is considered being alive, it is so because of the breath of God, the universe of God. It is the breath of the universe of God that they're breathing in and out every day. It is the breath of the universe of God. And that breath will remain with them until the universe of God says no more and it will cut off. Now there might be all kind of situations the body might go through, but it still goes until that universal power says no more. Think about that. So that says that that universal power has control. And the things that we do that will represent that universal power are those things that brings us fulfillment and satisfaction in life. And that is what that power is calling us on us to do. Now, that's real. That's real. It's as real as the sun creeping between these branches here. But there's something else too. There's something that's not real. And it takes away from what that power would have for us, that fulfillment, that satisfied life. It takes away from us because it does not honor that invisible God. To them, invisibility means gives them the power to replace or fill in the blank. And filling in the blank means having power, having control. And what they understand means having control is force, if have to, owning everything, justifying their lying, their cheating, and their stealing and killing, justifying all that under the lie that is for you, but really it's just for their power. And all of this happens because people are not allowing the spirit of the true God. Why? Because they don't really know that true God. They're just here, but they're waiting for evidence. They're waiting to be shown. They're waiting to see the God of the universe being expressed in the people. And how does that happen? That happens by the God. How does God explain himself to any of us? By a miracle. I mean, we see the earth and all that kind of stuff. We can imagine that God is all of that. But until we have a miracle in our lives to see God for what really God is, it's just something that we say we accept. But to those who have received a miracle, that goes to say that to whom much is given, much is required. You know that God exists. Other folks don't know. They just believe in. And their belief sometimes to lead them to go all the way to where hell would go. But you are called upon from these other people who are listening to other folks say things. You are to stand and represent the God that you have seen. And that is a God for everybody. You might have had a mansion, a real mansion. You might have had all kinds of cars. You might have had large bank accounts and all of that. But to see your country or the people in your country causing pain and suffering to other people in your country or in your nation or in your town or in your state, you are not going to settle for, well, things are better for me. I can do this because I got this, I got that. So I'm not going to raise too much sand with that. No, no, not if you're led by the Spirit of God. By the Spirit of God, the only thing that makes that important, the stuff that you got. is that anybody else who wanted to have stuff like that could have it. Then that's okay. But you got this, and to protect it, you kind of cut your voice down, and you go to church, and they don't teach you that being a child of God, being expressive of God, is to change the system, not to find some way that you can flow through it. Yeah, I realize what I'm telling you right now sounds strange to all of you, because many of you are settled. Many of you got jobs to go to. Many of you got mortgages, and many of you might own your stuff. Many of you got bills to pay, and you know that those bills are due. Many of you are set up where you can pay those bills. Many of you have to struggle. But what I'm telling you, all of that is canceled out. And no system of government that exists today is designed to do that. No system of government today that is designed by men for the benefit of satisfying all of you, not just the world, not even their own nation, and in many instances, not their own state. They're not that designed to do that. They talk that talk, but they don't walk that walk. So I'm telling you, all of the stuff that we have been taught is reflected in what we do. And if you knew God the way that God wants you to be known, there's no comfort zone for anyone that's led by the Spirit of God when the pain and suffering that exists out here in America, when the pain and suffering that's going out here in Ukraine, the pain and suffering that's going out here in Gaza. No, no, no. I just mentioned that to say a few things because they got the spotlight right now. But no, I don't care what your status in life has been as far as progression. It only did that because you were blind and you couldn't see. That means that there are going to be those of you who are willing, because you can see, to turn all that stuff loose and commit to doing whatever the Spirit leads you to do to bring a change. And then there still be those relatives and close co-workers who doesn't see what you're doing at all. And that's okay. You didn't see, but now you do. Now they got to see not the miracle that you saw from God, but they got to see a miracle just like it had to be from God, even though it came through you. That means standing up. That means coming through for them. That's what it means, because God and that miracle man coming through for you. And it means we, who are led by the Spirit, coming through for others. Coming through for others. Well, I could keep on going, but I know you're getting kind of tired. So I'm going to leave this and be back when the Spirit says, okay? Till then, bye bye.